5 Emmerdale spoilers next week. What if the happiest day of your life turns into your darkest nightmare? Next week on Emmerdale, one groom is hiding something so sinister it could blow up his entire future, right at the altar. From May 26th to May 30th, the village is spiralling into chaos. John Sugden's haunted past threatens to destroy his wedding to Aaron Dingle. Joe Tate is scheming again, but who's really in danger this time? Barton demands answers about his mother's death, and Moira might be forced to confess everything. And just when Sarah Sugden thinks she's out of the woods, a devastating hospital shock hits her square in the heart. But that's not all. There's a twist in John's story that nobody saw coming. If the truth breaks before the vows are exchanged, it could tear the Dingles apart forever. You don't want to miss a second of this explosive week in the Dales. So, before we jump into the full spoilers, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, so you're always first to know what's coming up in Emmerdale. Trust me, things are about to get wild. 1. John Sugden fears Aidan Moore will destroy his wedding. It's meant to be the happiest day of John and Aaron's lives, but instead, it's shaping up to be an absolute disaster. As John gets ready for the wedding, he's got Victoria by his side trying to keep him calm. But inside, he's falling apart. He's haunted by nightmares of being arrested for Nate's murder. And it just so happens the lake where he dumped the body is being dredged that very same day, all thanks to a slurry leak that he caused. Then, Kane drops a bombshell. Dredging has officially started. That's enough to send John into full-blown panic. He grabs his things and makes a run for it. But Aaron catches him trying to sneak away. John covers it up, saying it's just pre-wedding nerves. And somehow, Aaron buys it. As soon as Aaron's gone, John jumps in his car and hides out near the lake. But then, he gets a sweet message from Aaron, just as the workers stop digging. Turns out, dredging's been cancelled. That's John's green light to come back and go through with the wedding after all. But just when you think the worst is behind him, here comes another twist. Kathleen shows up with news. Aidan's woken up from his coma and he's asking for John. The rest of the week picks up from that same chaotic day. John's still plagued by nightmares, but this time, it's Aidan crashing the wedding in his dreams. Back in real life, John's rattled and agrees to visit Aidan, telling Kathleen he's got time. Aaron, though, sees them leaving together and jumps to the worst conclusion. He follows them to the hospital, and what he sees breaks his heart. John sitting at Aidan's bedside. To Aaron, it looks like John's still in love with his ex. But what he doesn't know is that John's actually doing everything he can to keep his dark past hidden. Despite John trying to explain, Aaron can't take any more. He calls off the wedding. But don't think it's over. Not by a long shot. 2. Will John Sugden and Aaron Dingle wed amid Killer John's nightmares? John's mind is all over the place. He's hit with another vision. This time, it's him and Aaron at the altar. But instead of saying, "I do," Aaron backs out, saying he can't trust him. Just like that, John snaps back to reality, only to see Aaron driving away. Over at the Woolpack, things are getting awkward. Belle, Chaz, and Victoria are trying to cover for the no-show grooms, but the guests are starting to get restless. Everyone's wondering what on earth is going on. Meanwhile, John finds Aaron and tries to explain himself, begging for a second chance. But Aaron's keeping his cards close. He doesn't give much away, so no one knows what he's thinking. After a tense moment, the two of them head to the venue together. It looks like Aaron's had a change of heart and is ready to go through with the wedding. But there's another twist. Best man Mackenzie is nowhere to be seen. No one knows why he's missing, yet. So Aaron turns to Paddy and asks him to step in as best man. And with that, the ceremony begins. But here's the real question. Will they actually say, "I do"? 3. Lewis Barton demands the truth about Emma Barton's murder. Ross takes his half-brother Lewis out kayaking, but it's all a ruse. He sneaks off with Lewis's house keys and ropes Mac into breaking in to nick Lewis's cannabis plants. Mac has no luck at first, but just as he rings Ross for advice, he discovers a whole cannabis farm tucked away in the attic. It's way too much for him to shift, and Ross starts to panic when he realises Lewis is on his way back. Back home, Lewis gets an alert about an intruder in his attic. He pops up, sees Mac trapped, and demands Ross explain himself. Via a phone app, Lewis talks to a terrified Mac, and Ross finally admits he organised the raid. Lewis lays down an ultimatum. He'll let Mac out if Ross comes clean about what really happened to their mum, Emma. Will Ross spill the truth and risk exposing Moira's secret? 4. Joe Tate schemes against Billy Fletcher. Things go from bad to worse for Joe and Dawn when their budding romance hits a wall. And it's not just any drama, it's a full-on visit from social services. The concern? A safeguarding issue that throws everyone into panic mode. Thankfully, after a nerve-wracking moment, the social worker confirms there's no further action needed. But the relief is short-lived. Joe's left red-faced when Clemmy goes missing under his watch, and it's clear he's not quite ready for the responsibility that comes with being around kids full-time. Meanwhile, Billy's had enough. He wants Dawn and the kids out of home farm, away from Joe, away from the chaos. But Dawn's digging her heels in. She refuses to up and leave, which sparks a fresh argument. Billy lashes out, accusing her of still having feelings for Joe. Dawn's completely worn down, tired of the back and forth. Just when things seem to be hitting rock bottom, Joe starts plotting something behind the scenes. He's got a plan, but whether it's going to fix things or just stir the pot even more, that's anyone's guess. 5. Sarah Sugden faces devastating cancer diagnosis. Sarah heads to the hospital on her own to get her biopsy results. And it's not the news she was hoping for. The consultant tells her she's got the early stages of cervical cancer. It's a lot to take in. Sarah's clearly shaken, struggling to process it all. But there's one small bit of hope. The doctor says there's still a chance she could have a baby one day. While she's there, she bumps into Jacob Gallagher, who's on shift. Sarah can't hold it in. She breaks down and tells him everything. Jacob's there for her at first, offering a bit of comfort. But when she mentions wanting a baby, his whole mood changes. Sarah's taken aback by his blunt response. Jacob doesn't hold back. He tells her straight. Losing a mum is devastating, and he brings up her condition, Fanconi anemia. He reckons it's selfish of her to even think about having a child, given her own health. That hits Sarah hard. But what stings even more? Realising that Jacob's the only one who knows about both the cancer and her IVF plans. The question now is, how long can she keep this from her family? And when the truth comes out, how will they react? And there you have it. 5 explosive Emmerdale spoilers coming your way next week. From weddings on the brink to secrets that could tear families apart, the Dales are anything but quiet right now. John's haunted by a past that just won't stay buried, Aaron's heart is hanging in the balance, and Sarah's facing the fight of her life with no one by her side. With Joe Tate stirring trouble and Lewis Barton pushing for the truth, every single day in the village could change everything. If you're as hooked as we are, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you never miss a moment. And let us know in the comments, whose storyline are you most worried about? Cheers for watching, and we'll catch you next time with more drama from Emmerdale.